take comedians out to their, not their choice of restaurants sometimes, it's my choice of restaurant, and I take them out to eat. We talk comedy and food. That's a good segue. I want to ask you, so Delta Lounge, I have not experienced Delta Lounge. I'm going tomorrow, literally packing up, doing some comedy in Austin, try my hand to Kill Tony, get on some local shows. I know some comics out there, and we're going to see what happens. So I'm flying Delta. What's your favorite time to fly? Is it morning, afternoon, night?
I think ideal.
That red eye sounds fucking terrible.
The red eye sucks, but honestly, a night flight East Coast to West Coast is pretty good. If you get a nice 6 p.m.
Okay.
Here's what I like about it. Flying back to LA from Atlanta, you get to the lounge, 6 p.m. flight, there at 3 p.m. Right? Get into the lounge, have a beer, watch a movie, just kind of chill, eat some shrimp scampi or whatever they got there.
Okay.
And you usually watch a full movie for 3 hours, with bathroom breaks. Sure. Get another beer. And then the sun's going down, and then you get on the flight, you chill, watch another movie, then you land. It's night, fully night. It's probably midnight-ish, I guess, something like that, when you get back to LA. But then you have a drink on the plane, you have a drink in the lounge when you land, and then you can get home, just go right to bed. But it's your full night, and it's relaxing, and the time kind of works. But yeah, flying West Coast to East Coast at night blows. Because it's like, I woke up this morning at like 7.
Right.
Like the sun is like blaring into the plane. I had 3 hours of sleep. I went to sleep at midnight on the plane, but somehow it's 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And that sucks. But yeah, a nice night east to west is on the money.
On the money.
Yeah. You can have a little party there.
Yeah, I don't have a 2-hour flight, and it's an hour difference, so I'm only spending an hour. Like, yeah, this is nice. Like, I go there, hang out, have a brew, get a couple of G&Ts on the plane, land, get my bearings.
No, it's the best.
And stuff about that.
Yeah, the lounge changed my whole. It took me within 5 minutes of being in one. Mike Albanese had a guest pass. He was like, "You want to go to the lounge?" And in my head, I'm like, "Oh, the lounge is for Jeff Bezos,
Oprah."
Right.
Yeah.
I had no concept. And he's like, "No, you get free drinks, free food. It's like pretty good." And I couldn't believe that. Like, just in my head, there's no such thing as free stuff.
It doesn't happen. Everything costs $1 million.
And I couldn't believe it. It's unlimited food and unlimited drinks in this place. And I was just like, what a bad idea. I'm not going to abuse it.
Yeah.
And then I immediately signed up for it. I was like, $500 a year? Yeah, I'll do that.
It's a good call.
It pays for itself as long as you fly once a month, I'd say.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you have to. Man. Yeah.
But they're changing the rules, and I think it's because of me. I think I've been going in there with my tracksuit and Crocs and taking showers.
Who else has a good lounge?
Delta's definitely seems to be the best one. The American Express lounges are pretty good.
American Express, Amex, come on, holler at your boy.
The American Airlines lounge is okay. But the Delta one, the Atlanta Delta Lounge is like, I feel rich.
It's primo.
I feel like a rich, and I know it's nothing. It's just a buffet and a bar. But to me, that's like, I feel like a king.
Eye of the beholder, man. Eye of the beholder. I mean, I'm not even there yet. I fly Frontier half the time, so I'm elbowing people. I'm fighting for Biscoff cookies. Rabid children running around.
But Delta, I had a flight the other day where we took off. Got off the ground like 10 feet, crashed back down 10 feet, and the pilot goes, "Oh."
Oh.
And I'm like, don't come on the intercom and say, "Oh." And he goes, "Not sure what that was. We're going to see if we need to switch planes."
Not sure what that was.
Not sure what that was. We're going to see if we need to switch planes. We'll let you know if we're taking this plane. We're going to try again with this one or try a different one. And I'm in the back with all the people, and the lady next to me is like, the answer should always be try a different plane. This one took off and didn't work, so
pretty much the only thing.
Let's retire this plane.
There's 3 things you got to do with a plane: take off, fly, and land.
Yeah.
That's it. You're missing 1 out of 3.
Take off right.
Yeah.
So,
it's like the only time Meatloaf's advice is not correct.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. 2 out of 3. is bad.
Yeah. So, and that was Delta, and I think Delta's arguably the best. People always make fun of Spirit, but I'm like, Delta took off wrong. So,
I mean, Spirit took off. You're gonna sit next to a meth head, but you're in the air.
That's one of my favorite Leno jokes back in the days. Is like, the real problem is that we let flights cost too little.
Yes.
And he was like, it's not that, he goes, now everybody thinks, oh, flight's too much. He goes, no, they're way too little. Because now you got people flying who used to cling to the bottom of trains.
Little plane hoppers.
People that used to cling to the bottom of trains. I think about it all the time. Like, I'll be sitting next to a guy and I'll be like, this guy clings to the bottom of the train.
Oh, he's a train hopper.
This guy.
Now he's a plane hopper.
Oh, dude, when you see the actual, like, a Walmart plastic bag of clothes, you're like,
damn, that's rough.
Ooh, yeah, this guy, where is he going? Why does he need
I tell you what, he's running from a felony. That's what it's, a bench warrant, probably. I
literally had a Spirit flight and Freeway Rick Ross was on it, which is the actual drug dealer that the Rick Ross character is based on. Like, Rick Ross, the rapper, just took Freeway Rick Ross. So this guy's just an actual criminal. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And he was on the same flight as me, eating a breakfast burrito. And I checked the news, he got arrested the next week. So I saw him on one of his last, I think he's back out again. But it was one of those times where I was like,
damn, dude.
Yeah. Like,
Rushing with the law over there.
Oh yeah, and I was like, man, I don't know how to brag. I'm on flights with criminals.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
You think your career is doing great? I got you covered.
Yeah.
I like traveling. Road trip. I mean, how do you feel about the road trip? Road trip is good.
Ooh, I do like a good road trip. I think.
Would you rather drive or passenger?
Ooh, I like to drive because if you're driving, road trip driving is actually great. I like to be on a nice, freeway or whatever. I never remember if it's highway or freeway, but the big wide one where you go 70 miles an hour and you put it on cruise control. That's pretty sweet.
And you're focusing, right?
Yeah.
Keep your attention.
I think you just put on an album, listen to a whole album, listen to a whole podcast, talk.
Well, that is true. The podcast really makes it go by because, like, if I throw on one YMH, one, what's it called?
What's it called? That's a good one.
What's it called? But
you put on one Joe Rogan and the whole trip's over.
Yeah, that's true.
I like to do a nice light podcast. It's sort of just chatty. And then Rumors, Fleetwood Mac's Rumors is great for a road trip. Any road trip with pretty much anybody. That's a hit. Only one skip.
The whole album is good. That's rare.
I know.
That's a rare.
And it sounds incredible still. And it's a great conversation piece. But yeah, I love a good. And sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. I like when it's somebody who likes hip hop. Do a little hip hop road trip.
Okay.
That's fun. But not everybody's a fan of it.
Speaking of road trip albums and albums you can listen to, Talib Kweli's Reflections Eternal with DJ High Tech, in my opinion, is the best hip hop album of all time.
I haven't heard it.
Beats. I think I might have a CD.
Dude, nice.
So it's like just putting on, let it play. The intro is Dave Chappelle doing Nelson Mandela as a keynote speaker.
Oh, that's
and
great.
It just goes in, and then you just listen to it, and then just the whole thing. So you can put that on. That's a guaranteed, hour and a half.
I like that.
And there's a secret song at the very end. So
I missed the secret song.
The secret song. You fast forward to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden another music plays. It's like the ending credit scene of a movie on a CD.
I know, and Spotify can't give you that.
No, you can't do it.
They took so much from us.
Can't take away our memories about that. Those times.
Like, I miss listening to an album and just looking at the booklet. Like, I know
it was good.
Yeah, I like to look at the lyrics. I like to look at pictures of the artist, like a creep. I'm just like, oh, well, that's a good picture.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. I had that album art.
That's great. And now it's like, what am I supposed to just put on Spotify and then go to Google Images and just look at them?
Yeah, looking like a crazy person.
I don't know. Some of that joy is sort of gone. But
because you buy it, it's yours, it's a tangible thing that you have. I worked, like, I remember my mom would let me, I used to be a huge Insane Clown Posse fan.
No.
I know.
That's some information.
That's some
information.
That's going on. If so, it's going on Kill Tony.
And you were, at the time, you were a proud fan, or were you a closeted fan?
Pretty open and proud. I've seen.
So when Eminem came after him, you were not thrilled.
I don't really care. You do what you want, Rappy. It doesn't affect me. I like them both. But but I figure I couldn't be an ICP fan because I know how magnets work. You know? It's a bunch of ions moving around together. It creates polarity. But I used to be a huge Insane Clown Posse fan. I remember my mom would let me skip school to go buy their CDs.
Whoa.
Yeah, she was a
cool mom.
Terrible mom. Okay, cool mom. Yeah,
cool mom.
Sorry, different. Like, what word would you describe? 1, 2, 3, go.
Cool.
Good, terrible. Yeah. So she let me go in 8th grade, and I remember getting that album, and it was shrink wrapped in red shrink wrap. I was so stoked. And then you have it, it's there, and you show it to people, and it's like, look what I got before you, and I got to listen to it before you did.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those were the days.
No, that was something very cool. I wonder if kids have that now. It's like, what, your parental. But like, when I was a kid, if you had a copy of like the new Ludacris album or the new Eminem album, it was like, oh my God, let's go turn this way down and listen to it, and we're gonna get away with listening to this. This is exciting. Oh my God, you have a copy? Like, your parents, how did you get it? Your parents did you get it from an older cousin? Like, how'd you do it?
Yeah.
Because it was like, those were like, it was on the news to not let your kids listen to these albums. And now it's like everything's just on Spotify. It's like, there's no cool naughtiness, you know?
Everything's out there.
Yeah. And
Santino has a bit about you know, hey, if I told someone from the future, if I was from the future and I went back to the past, and I told like a middle school kid, like, hey, this little device, you're gonna have, it's gonna contain porn. It goes, how much? All of it. All of it. Like, so you would describe people like, hey, how much music can you listen to? I don't know, infinity? Like, it's so wild to describe, because we used to have, we're 90s kids, you know? So I used to, for some reason, there would always be like porn in the woods. Like some crinkled up.
I've always heard about this, and my house, I guess, was so far from other houses that I just was not in this.
Too many woods. Too much woods,
not enough people.
Yeah. Or not enough perverts.
Yeah. If there was porn in my woods, it would be clearly my dad's or my brother's.
Yeah, that's it.
So
there's
no one else would have put it there. No one else would have found it.
So we had that, and like your naughtiness would be like having a picture that you tore out that you held onto, and like eventually get stuck together. But you know, it was just, I don't know, something. What do they call it? The analog life.
Yeah.
Because we grew up before the internet and after the internet. So like we got to see like, oh, this is what it was like beforehand, and now it's different. And wow, it's wild.
Yeah, I remember going weeks. Like, I would go on the internet, I would check my email, and then a week later I would check it again. And now the idea of going a week.
How many unread emails do you think you would get? 300?
Oh my God. I mean,
insane.
And I unsubscribe from so many things. I don't know who keeps selling my email address to people.
Yeah.
But even just emails that are actually for me, that are just useless and stupid. You know how they always say, oh, this meeting could have been an email. Well, most emails could have been nothing.
Could have been.
Got a whole bunch of nothing going on there. Hey, you want to move at 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. in 3 weeks? All right. Can we move it back? Great. How many emails? That took 3 emails.
Damn.
Nothing changed.
Yeah, that's definitely frustrating.
Yeah. But I do miss, even when I go camping in the wilderness, I'll check my email more than once a week.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll find a signal.
Yeah. I'll just see them all coming in.
Yeah. No, it's oh, that's a good feeling. Oh, look at all these emails. And you're like, shit.
Yeah,
mine
need to be like tickets. That's what I like to do. Because I'll turn off like my Wi-Fi and I'll just get away. I don't know, I'll take like a bath, or I'll hang out with my wife, or we'll do something, and then I put my phone away, or I leave my phone at home. I've done that before.
You're wild.
Yeah, I don't
You're
leave my
wild.
phone at home, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just out here raw dogging life.
Well,
without a phone.
Here's my stupid reason for never doing that.
Okay.
Is I always have, if my pants are on, so the only time this doesn't happen is if I'm naked.
Okay.
If I got pants on, I got my keys in my phone, and my wallet is in my phone. I have one of those old man phone wallets.
Okay.
But I'm like, at any moment, the shit can go down.
Yeah.
And I also want a charge bank in my pocket too, because you never know what's going to happen. You don't know if a tornado or a dude. When there was a blackout in LA, and like,
I think you see a black dude, a tornado or a black dude.
There was a one black man in LA. I still remember it. I still remember that day. Glad I had my phone, but just the power's out for hours, and all my roommates were like, "We know Caleb has 3 charge banks.
Yeah, so he's ready."
And I'm like, I'm always charged up. I'm always ready to go. And I can't, like, if I leave my phone at home, I know that's the day that, like, the Quiet Place invasion is going to happen. Right. The aliens are coming down.
Yeah, finally.
A new COVID's going to happen. And I'm going to be stranded with no phone. And honestly, I kind of hope it happens one day.
Yeah.
So that I can be right.
Yes. I don't care about society's safety. I just want to be correct.
I want to be right.
I want to be proved right.
Oh, I was so happy when the power went out for so long. Oh, it was a great night. I was so right. I love being right.
I have AT&T, and AT&T's service went down. I think it was 6 hours. There were news outlets. There were Facebook groups formed. It was like, does anybody have AT&T? Is AT&T go down? Is yours down too? And it's like, this was hours. Like I could have slept through that.
Yeah.
But like other people are like, no. And
it's totally fine.
Yeah, like, hey, if I just had to text my boss, hey, my internet's out. I'll let you know when it gets back on, and that was it. That's all I could do.
You always think that it's like, oh, there's all this stuff I'm missing, but it's like, what are you really missing? Even if you're one of those Wall Street guys, they're always on the phone like, sell, no, buy. It's like, do you need the phone even? They're yelling at a guy across the thing, like 3 feet away, yelling at him, yelling at the phone. There's got to be a better way. They're holding like papers. It's just like that guy can be like, all right, I need to be online. But like for me, it's like usually I'm too like when a club is like, hey, you want to do this weekend? I always think in my head, should I wait to see when busy? But I saw the email come through immediately, so I should probably respond. But sometimes I'm like, don't respond. Give it 1 minute.
Yeah.
You wanted to see 5:03, and then I responded at 5:03 in 2 seconds. Like, yes. They're like, geez, did you just sit on his computer? I'm like, we all have, it's in my
good
phone.
dating advice too.
I just say go ahead and just hit a bet.
Just do it.
What are we trying to be cool for? Unless you're asleep. I do like to sleep. I slept today. Oh, I slept so too long.
I almost didn't call you. I was like, you know what? We'll just have to skip it. But I was like, you know what?
No, I got a good enough nap.
I figured. Good. We got sold out shows.
I can't believe it. I'm so happy.
Hell yeah, buddy. I knew it. Cheers.
Freedom Brew and Shine.
Yeah, Freedom Brew and Shine. If you guys have not been, I run comedy all over the place with my comedy partner. It sounds so good when you say it.
Comedy partner.
My partner. I said my comedy partner. My comedy buddy, JB. We do shows Cumming, Gainesville, Dahlonega, all of North Georgia. We have.
And they're good shows.
Yeah,
I'm not just saying that.
Yeah, because I know my strengths. I've been doing this for a hot minute now, as the people say. And look, I booked you. I've had you at Ludor,
that was super fun. Super fun.
Ludor, we had a lady that would bring ducks up. Ducks. Shit, 2 ducks. She had a duck named Honey, who was male, and he had a kid, and that duck was named Jerry. So Honey and Jerry would come up, and they would just walk screw the crowd sometimes. I take shit on the floor.
See, that's something if I saw that in like a Wes Anderson movie, I would be so like, come on, no one's,
Nope.
There's not a lady with a couple of ducks coming to comedy shows.
Yeah, it made it so fun and unique, because Gainesville is the chicken capital of our Georgia. We have, I think, 4 or 5 chicken plants.
So what's up with the ducks?
You got to be unique in this industry. Right. You got to, set aside.
Well, the chickens are played out. You need to show
the chickens are hacked. Yeah, you get chickens in your shows. But yeah, it was just one of those cool things, and we
flavor.
We do a drink, we have this like little Kool-Aid shot before every. It's like a tradition. So we have like little traditions there. And it's just everything that has to be set apart from everything else always. And the talent, that's what speaks most. We don't book bad comics or anything.
That's great.
I've seen a lot of places just throw stuff together just to have a show. I'm like, you can't do that.
No. You gotta, you can have all the promo and all the venue, it's beautiful and all this stuff, but it's like, if you have people leaving going, I think I'm funnier than
That's how I started comedy.
It's not great.
I went to a show and I was like, I'm funnier than
That's how I started too. And what that ends up doing is you get too many comedians. You need people leaving going, wow, those guys are professionals.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's why I kind of moved into hosting and producing, is because I like hosting in a world full of people who want to be a Michael Jordan. I want to be a Phil Jackson. I say that a lot, and that's like the main thing that I focus on, is running a fun show, making sure people have a good time, and putting comedians in there that want to make people laugh and appreciate people coming out, because we're spending our money, we're spending our hard-earned money for you to tell us about dick and farts and stories and punchlines and puns and similes and things that are silly to get just get us away for a minute. That's what a concert is. That's what a movie is. Comedy is the same thing. That's what a good meal does. So that's what we're doing here. We're getting away from everything. I know I have a show. We have 2 shows later, and I know I have bills to pay. But right now, I'm eating this awesome meal. I'm enjoying the company. That's what people need to do more. Be there. Life is crazy nowadays.
It is crazy, and it's getting worse. It's getting crazier.
I'm gonna vote for Joe Exotic, not Joe Biden. Joe Exotic. He's still.
I think he's too young.
You know what's cool about math? Math is constant, and there is a real world, statistical possibility, mathematically, that Joe Exotic becomes president. It's unlikely.
It is unlikely.
Highly unlikely, but it is a real. The fact that that's a possibility makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh my God.
And this is the likeliest it's ever been.
I silly line that was like, I'd rather vote for a guy who abuses tigers than rather vote for 2 guys who are lions. So it's like, that's such a dumb joke. I was like, that's so stupid. I don't have political humor, but I was like, that's a silly, that's a little wordplay.
I mean, it's unexpected. You know what I mean?
Craziness. It's wild, but we have a lot of people do jokes. You don't do political humor, do you really?
Not really. I can't. In my head, I'm like, if it,
a couple jabs here and there.
If it can't, if it's only funny to one side, I don't care. It's not for me. Like, I know comics that are right wing or left wing, but what I'm going for, I don't want to be any sort of cheerleading. So I'm like, I'll do a political joke only if I feel that it could make both sides laugh. I don't want to be cheerleading for anything, or like edgy and just trying to be an edgelord for no reason. Like, I want them to laugh. I don't want them to go, oh, ooh, or cheer. I don't want to cheer. I never want them cheering.
I had a cheer at a joke where it was not supposed to be a cheer at all. It was supposed to be like a groaner moment. One guy's like, yeah. I was like, no, wrong, no. Right. Please don't cheer at that. And I was like, that's the wrong time, man. That's a joke. I was kidding. don't know. That's the opposite. It's weird to be like, please don't get excited for what I just said. It's a weird thing to say because you want reaction, but like sometimes you don't want this reaction.
Yeah,
I did a show in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, to the Block, and they started chanting, "Let's go, Brandon." I'm like, whoa! This is not. I didn't mean.
I don't want that.
Am I catching a charge for inciting a riot? Like, what am I going to do? This is.
And I don't have new information, and I don't have anything helpful to say. You know, I just want you to laugh. And I know there's certain comics that are, and I enjoy them too. But it's just like, I don't have any expertise. I just want you to laugh. So there's only 2 or 3 things I have to say about Trump or Biden that I think are legitimately funny and original, that I think are worth saying. So I only do a couple of bits. But I can't stand seeing anything that's, it's just not the right venue. It's like, this is not the Republican National Convention or the Democratic Convention. So like,
wait till you see our